Ever imagine yourself like the first line of defense against some major cyber attack,
Right.
analyzing system vulnerabilities
Yeah.
before they become like tomorrow's headline?
Mm-hmm.
That's the exciting world of an IT auditor.
It
And
is.
today, we are diving deep into how you can join their ranks.
Okay.
We've got excerpts from RoleCatcher's IT Auditor Career Guide,
Okay.
along with some snippets about their platform and how it could give you an edge in your job hunt.
That's fantastic.
It's-
IT auditors really are like digital detectives.
Right.
Yeah.
And one of the things that immediately jumped out at me from this guide is how this role is changing,
Yeah.
especially with things like AI and blockchain becoming so central.
Absolutely. The guide uses the example of AI algorithms.
Mm-hmm.
As an IT auditor, you might have to assess the risk of bias within those algorithms.
Wow.
It's a whole new level of technical understanding required, and it shows how dynamic this field really is.
So it's not just about knowing the tech as it stands today, but constantly learning and evolving?
Right.
Would you say that's a good summary of where things are headed?
Definitely. This guide doesn't sugarcoat things either.
Okay.
It talks about the potential for stress and the constant need to keep up with changing regulations.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fast-paced world, that's for sure. But for the right person, that's part of what makes it so exciting.
That's a great point. It's not for everyone. It's like any demanding job, there are pros and cons.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the guide goes into the core of what IT auditors do,
Yeah.
reviewing IT infrastructure, sniffing out those risks.
Right.
For someone who might be switching careers, though, what does IT infrastructure even mean in this context?
That's a great question.
Hmm.
Think of it as all the tech systems that keep a company running. The networks, the servers, the data storage, everything.
Okay.
The IT auditor's job is to make sure all of those systems are secure and functioning as they should be.
So essentially making sure the digital plumbing of a company is sound and secure.
Exactly. And that involves not only understanding the technical side, but also the human element.
Right.
Because vulnerabilities can arise from employee practices, system misconfigurations, and even just plain human error.
Now, that's what I call a dynamic job description.
Yeah, for sure.
The guide also mentions specializations within IT auditing,
Right.
but didn't really list them out.
It's almost like they left us on a cliffhanger. But seriously, that's where you, as someone exploring this career path, come in.
Okay.
What areas of IT intrigue you?
Yeah.
Cybersecurity, data privacy, maybe even something niche like fintech.
Right.
There's a whole world of specializations waiting to be explored.
Okay, so we've established that IT auditing is more than just numbers and spreadsheets.
Right.
It's dynamic.
Yeah.
It's constantly evolving.
For sure.
Now, let's say this world of digital detective work has piqued your interest.
Okay.
The big question is,
Yeah.
where do you even begin?
Well, the guide dives into the skills and qualifications needed,
Okay.
starting with education.
Right.
And this is where it gets interesting,
Okay.
because they don't just say you need a computer science degree.
Right. They highlight a surprising range of relevant degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw business administration and even data analytics on that list.
It really speaks to how multidisciplinary this role is.
Yeah.
You need that tech foundation, for sure,
Right.
but also a strong grasp of business processes,
Okay.
risk management,
Mhm.
even human psychology.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yeah.
It's not just about the ones and zeros.
Right.
And speaking of skills, the guide gets really specific about what it takes to be successful as an IT auditor.
Okay.
They even assign percentages to certain abilities based on how crucial they are to the job.
Interesting.
And some of these might surprise you.
Okay.
For example, reading comprehension clocks in at a solid 58%.
Wow.
Which makes sense when you think about it. You're
Right.
poring over documents, reports, regulations. Being able to quickly absorb and analyze written information is key.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. Right alongside that, at 57%, is active listening.
That's huge. It really emphasizes how much of this job relies on communication and collaboration.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
not enough to be a tech whiz in isolation.
Right.
You're interviewing people, working with IT teams, explaining your findings to management,
Okay.
maybe even to clients who aren't tech savvy.
Right.
Those active listening skills are crucial for building trust and understanding the nuances of a situation.
It's about connecting the dots,
Yeah.
both technically and interpersonally.
For sure.
And this next one really stood out to me.
Okay.
The guide gives customer and personal service knowledge a whopping 63% importance rating.
which might seem surprising at first glance, but it makes perfect sense.
Right.
Remember, IT auditors aren't just dealing with machines.
Right.
They're dealing with people.
Right. You've got to be able to communicate those complex technical concepts in a way that everyone understands, address concerns patiently, build relationships with stakeholders at all levels.
For sure.
It's about being that bridge between the tech world and the human world.
Exactly. And that brings us to the next hurdle. How do you actually showcase these skills and land that coveted IT auditor position?
Right.
The guide has some practical advice here.
Okay.
And it all starts with getting your hands dirty.
I love that they emphasize hands-on experience because, let's be real, nothing beats it.
Right.
They talk about internships, entry-level roles, even volunteer work as ways to build a strong foundation.
And I think that's really encouraging, especially for career switchers who might be worried about not having years of direct experience.
Right.
You can start building those skills right now through real-world projects.
So it's about demonstrating that you can walk the walk, not just talk the talk.
Yeah.
But of course, certifications can also give you a competitive edge.
For sure.
And the guide delves into some of the key ones.
Yes, and they don't shy away from the big names like CISA and CISSP.
I remember when I first encountered those certifications, the CISA, CISP, they seemed daunting.
Yeah.
But what I appreciate is that the guide breaks them down, explaining how each one can boost your credibility and demonstrate your expertise to potential employers.
It's like they're providing a roadmap for professional development, which can be incredibly valuable, especially in a competitive job market.
Totally. And while you're working on those skills and certifications, the guide emphasizes something that might seem surprising at first, networking.
Okay.
They make it clear that attending industry events, joining professional associations, it's practically a requirement in this field.
Which makes sense when you consider that IT auditing often involves collaboration and staying ahead of industry trends.
Right.
Networking provides those opportunities to learn from others, share insights, and even find mentors who can guide you on your journey.
I think this is where personality comes into play.
Yeah.
Some people thrive in those social settings, while others might need to strategize a bit more.
Yeah.
Either way, meeting your professional network is invaluable. And speaking of valuable, this is where those snippets about RoleCatcher come in.
Right. They offer some tools that go beyond the traditional job hunting approach.
Okay.
Like AI-powered CV tailoring.
So instead of sending out a generic resume, you can use AI to analyze job descriptions and optimize your CV to highlight the most relevant skills and experience.
Exactly. It's like having a personal marketing assistant for your career.
Okay.
They also have this massive library of interview questions, which can be a lifesaver when you're prepping for those high-pressure conversations.
It all sounds incredibly helpful.
Yeah.
But it does make you wonder, is AI becoming the new secret weapon in the job hunt?
It's definitely a game changer,
Okay.
but I wouldn't say it's a magic bullet.
Right.
AI can analyze data, identify patterns, and even provide feedback.
Right.
But it can't replace your own preparation, your unique story, and your genuine passion for the field.
It's a tool to leverage, not a crutch to lean on.
For sure.
Now, one last thing from RoleCatcher that really caught my eye.
Okay.
Reverse matching. What exactly does that mean?
It's a fascinating concept where instead of you searching for employers, they're searching for you based on your skills and experience.
Okay.
RoleCatcher essentially flips the script on traditional job hunting, putting the power more in the hands of the candidate.
That is a game changer.
Right.
So to wrap things up, we've explored the world of IT auditing from the dynamic, ever-evolving nature of the work to the skills, certifications, and even the tools that can help you succeed.
Absolutely.
We've given you a solid framework. But now it's up to you to take action. What will you do with this information? Will you explore those IT auditing specializations that spark your curiosity? Start brushing up on those active listing skills. Maybe even create a RoleCatcher account and see how their tools can give you an edge.
It's a great idea.
The choice, as always, is yours.
Absolutely.
Keep learning, keep growing, and who knows? Maybe you'll be the IT auditor who thwarts the next big cyber attack.
You got it.
Until next time, happy diving.